Hello. Good to see you. What have we got? We have, oh, hold on. Let me just get rid of this thing. There we are. Oh, hello, Jill. Lovely to see you. Hello, love. I'm fine, love. Thank you. I'm very well. How are you? Hi, Karen A. Good to see you too. It's going to be sunny tomorrow. Just saying. It's all good. Good stuff. All right. How are we doing? How are we going? Who's been reading tarot? Everybody here reads a bit of tarot. Jill, you're on one of my courses, aren't you? You're on the June workshop, I think. And Love, I think Love, you read some tarot, don't you? Am I right in saying that? I know I've seen you on the live before. Yeah, cool. You come on, Jill's come on the live to make sure I'm not a chainsaw murderer. Just doing some damage with the tarot deck. Good stuff. That's it. We got the tarot crew in tonight then. Better be good and earn my keep. Or I'm going to have to throw it open to the house and get you guys to do it. Excellent. All right. Well, if any of you have a question, please do chuck it in the chat. I do have some here that I'm going to answer. Oh, God, no. Karen, you're a very good reader. What are you talking about? Come on. I couldn't trust you. Jill, Karen A started off on the course that you're about to do, the 101 workshop. Karen A is very good. Very good. She's a poster child. Excellent. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna just crack into the questions that I've got. I've got one here for Sarita. This is quite a cryptic question. Hello, Tracy. Good. I'm looking forward to seeing you there, Jill. Okay, so we've got I've got one here for Sarita. I think that's. I'll just type it in, Sarita, and this is quite a cryptic question. So let's have a look at this and see what we can make of this. So this question is, okay, so this is for Sarita, and she wants to know, will Diego be okay? Ooh. Gosh. Love, can you receive a card from your guides on what they want to say? Yes, love, I will do that for you next in the queue. Okay, so this is for Sarita. Will Diego be okay? We don't know who Diego is, and we don't know why Diego might not be okay, but let's see what we can come up with as an answer. Now, obviously, it's a yes-no question, so we want to try and avoid that. So I guess what we need to ask is what Sarita needs to prepare for regarding Diego and the matter to which she's referring. Okay. All right. Let's have a look. Oh, okay. So we have the Seven of Swords, which is a very strange card, isn't it? In answer to this question, what should she prepare for? So maybe Diego is not going to be entirely honest about what's going on. So perhaps my question has slightly backfired, because what it's talking about is what should she prepare for regarding Diego's health. And this is where Diego is probably, or health, I mean, I'm presuming it's health. I don't have any evidence to back that up. But whatever it is, Diego is not going to be upfront about it. So I presume it's he, is going to either mask it or hide it or won't let on. Okay, so I feel that we need to ask a follow-up there, because that's not giving Sarita what she wants. It's telling her what she can expect from Diego, which is what I asked, to be fair. All right, then, well, tell you what, let's go full on and let's ask a yes, no question, and let's see what comes up. Let's just answer it, right? Will Diego be okay? Page of Swords. Okay, so what this is saying is that Sarita, here's what I think. I think Diego will be okay if you investigate. So the Seven of Swords is telling you that he's not going to be upfront, right? He's gonna not let on. There's going to be not a lot of information from Diego himself about what's happening regarding whatever it is that's going on, right? It's not gonna happen. You're not going to be able to read it. It's not going to be shared. He's going to pretend or just going to mask it. Will he be okay? Well, you'll have to investigate that. You need to investigate. You need to dig in and get more information. And that sort of tells me that yes, potentially yes, but you've got to do some digging there, I think. So I think it's a yes if is what we've got there. Yes if. Sarita. Okay. All right. Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? Interesting question. I like that. Okay, so we have love up next. Please may I receive a card from my guides and what they want to say. Okay, let's get a message for love. Okay. Okay. Well, that's a very nice message, love, isn't it? The Knight of Pentacles. Keep going. Just keep going. Don't give up. Just do the hard yards and just keep it moving, right? Thing is about this card is it's not the funnest ride. So whatever is going on for you, it probably seems a bit interminable, honestly. Whatever you're looking for, whatever is happening, carrying on. But this is a process card, isn't it? This is a card that talks about process. All knights are on a mission, love. So your mission, whatever it is important here. So you need to know your why. And your guides are telling you that as long as you know your why and you know what you're heading for, you know what you want, keep going. Okay? Do the process. Do the hard yards if you have to. Plow the field, plant the seed, nurture the seed, get the harvest. That's what we're looking at. And that's your message. Keep going. You'll get there in the end. Does that make sense to you, love? I think that's really nice. That's a really affirming message. That's lovely. I hope that resonates with you. It's I think it's quite caring, actually. I like that a lot. All right, darling. Well, that's your message. Okay, who's next? Let me have a look. Chanley, hello. Lovely to see you. And we've got Jill. Can you have a card for guidance, please? You certainly can. Okay. So this is for Jill. This is a card of guidance for Jill. Okay, well, you have wisdom. So, Jill, if you use a Rider-Waite deck, that would be judgment. Okay, so what this is telling you is it's time for a bit of a rethink, right? A reassessment of things. And it's asking you, the meaning of the card is that you need to look at your experiences to date and take guidance from what you've learned from them, not with any emotional involvement, because that's what the judgment card is all about. It's not about being judged. It's about you judging and judging fairly, and then making a judgment and then taking action. So it's a sort of rebirth card. So it's saying you can now start a new journey. You can do it differently, learning from what's gone before, but not bringing it with you. Really important. That's why it's about being born again, not bringing it with you. And on this card, we have quite interesting symbolism. So here we have the mountains in the background. And those mountains represent challenges, but they are challenges that have been addressed. This guy has been through the mountains. He's done it. No need to do it again. And it's dawn. So it's a dawn of a new day, like a rebirth. Okay. And here we have all of this energy. So this is the life code spiral. All of this energy coming together, being assimilated like a kind of superpower, right? So you can take all of that experience and you can turn it into something that powers you forward. And that's your guidance. That's kind of cool. That's a big card, you know, Jill. That's a big, important card. I hope that makes sense to you in whatever situation you're in. But that is your guidance. Okay, so what have we got here? We've got Chanley, a card from Spirit's Guide, and the message. Oh, lovely. Lots of spirit messages today. That's perfect. Okay, so a message from Chanley's team, guides, spirit team. What is the message for Chanley? Okay, now I'm going to talk about this because I think this is important. So the tower just jumped out. Now, look, I'm not going to read it. Okay, it may well be appropriate. It may not. But I don't think this is the message. And I had an interesting, I'm just going to do a slight sidebar here. I had an interesting conversation with a guy on TikTok about just this. And he and I agree. We don't read the cards that jump out. We don't read them because they're not conscious. So when you're reading, you're being very conscious. And when you draw cards, you're being very conscious and very focused. And what we don't want is we don't want random energy coming into the reading and taking over. So if I drop a card, I'm going to term it clumsy. I'm not going to term it spirit message. All right? Just my way. You obviously must do things your way. But this is what I think. I think if you drop a card or a card jumps out, it's just because you haven't shuffled properly. So let's do this again. Okay, so this is for Chanley. If I draw the tower for Chanley, I'm gonna get a spiritual slap. Let's have a look. So this is message for Chanley from his spirit guides. Okay. So this is the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords is a difficult card, Chanley. And you'll notice that this is a different version of the card than the Rider-Waite version. I don't know whether you read tarot, but those here will know that the Rider-Waite version, it gives you a slightly different picture, but this I think makes it clearer. So here what we have is the aftermath of battle, and we have two figures standing back to back. One still has the sword, one doesn't, and there have been losses, and there's grief, and there is stuff here that has left a very bad taste indeed. Now, Chanley, what this card tells you, because we have poppies here, which we know means lest we forget. And what this is telling you is, in this instance, don't take it with you. It's a bit the same as in the wisdom card. That's the minor arcana. It's not the same card, but it has the same message. Don't bring it with you. Don't imbue the future with the past. Really important here, Chanley. Don't imbue the future with the past, okay? And situations like this, which are icky, and there is no closure, there is no resolve. There just isn't. You can't make it okay. This is a you can't make it okay card. You just can't make it okay. It is a challenge, and what you have to do is just choose your way forward and choose a positive one, and don't take it with you. Walk away, leave it behind, move beyond it. Remember, the 6 is the next card. This is the card of transition, so you need to move beyond it. Don't take it with you. Don't take negative energy from the past into your future. It will screw it up. Big important message for you, Chanley. Very important message. Take it seriously. Okay, I hope that helps. All right. What else have we got? Hold on. Okay, Love says it's very resonating in my situation. That's very good. Hello, Amanda. Hold on. Right, I'm just going to get to the next reading. Lovely. Okay, we've got Mandy Gregory. What is the Ryan true intention to me? I'm just going to read that as what is Ryan's true intention to me. It's the Ryan. I like that. He's the Ryan. Not any Ryan, the Ryan. The Ryan that Mandy is thinking of. I'm not making fun of you, Mandy. My typing on this thing has been hilarious. Okay, what is Ryan's true intention to Mandy? Let's see if we can help Mandy. Oh, interesting. Queen of Cups, the lovely Queen of Cups. Now, this is interesting, Mandy, because they have batted it back at you, which they will sometimes. And what they've asked you is to tune into your own intuition. Okay, so we can see, for those of you who are learning tarot, we can see that the Queen of Cups is very much the minor arcana version of the High Priestess. So she is tuning in to her own intuitive sense. But not only that, she's asking you, and I think they're perhaps telling you, Mandy, perhaps, that you're asking the wrong question. This is what I think is going on here, right? Not only do you have to tune into your intuition, because I think you kind of know the answer already. However, their message to you is, how does this relationship make you really feel? Really, really. And sometimes, we're so busy wanting things to be a certain way, we want the person to be a certain way, want to do a certain thing. If only they would do this thing, then I can be happy. But there's something else going on here, Mandy, that I think they want you to look at. And what they want you to look at is how this relationship is really making you feel. It's not about Ryan and his intentions to you. It's about how the relationship with Ryan actually kind of affects you emotionally. And that is what's more important than Ryan's intentions. That's more important. Okay? So I think they're pivoting you off. Now, I know that hasn't answered your question, although they are telling you that you already know, really. You already know. Let me knock it back to them and just say, can we have a direct answer? But I've got a feeling that whatever the answer is, they want you to do this. It's really important. I will ask them again and see if they'll answer more directly, but I think that's what they want you to do. Okay, can you just answer her question? Oh, okay. Seven of Cups, he doesn't really have a true intention. He doesn't know. He's not grounded, Mandy, in solid ground. So this is the point. There is no real answer to this. So basically, this card is a card of emotional confusion. So this might happen, and this might happen, and maybe this will happen, and maybe this will happen. Maybe we could do this. Maybe we could do this. None of it is grounded. None of it is on solid ground. And that's really important. Ryan does not know what his true intention is because Ryan doesn't really know what he wants. Not really. He's just trying things out in his head and playing games. And none of it's an absolute, he's not lying, not deliberately. It's just, he's just confused. He's just playing with pictures. Yeah, that's what's going on. You really have to tune into you and how you feel and what this relationship is doing to you. That's what's most important. All right, my darling? I hope that's okay. All right, so what have we? We're going to work our way down the list. Divyansha, lovely to see you. One card for you. Okay. Should we do a guidance card then? Is that what we're doing? Hello, Amanda. I'm getting to you as well. And John, I can see you. And Natalie, I can see you too. Okay, so this is Divyansha. Do you know what I want to ask? I want to ask for you. I want to ask what you should put your attention on next. What you should focus on. That's what I don't know why I feel the need that that's what I should ask for you. Ah, interesting, and that's why. Okay, so we have the Hanged Man for you. So the Hanged Man is you need to focus on right now letting go of struggle. This is patience, right? And this is saying it's a bit of a waiting game right now, Divyansha. So you're in the waiting room at the moment. Train hasn't come. And what this tells you is it's really important to not make stories about the situation and not try and solve it in your head. Don't do that. Wait, because you're going to see things differently. You're going to see things differently down the line. Don't try and solve these problems. See these mountains again, challenges and difficulties. This character here sat with his back to them. We're not looking at them. We're not even going to engage them. You're not going to do anything. You're just going to sit and meditate and just allow everything to be exactly as it is. Sacrifice your perspective. And by doing that, you're going to get a new perspective, and that's going to change things for you. It's going to turn everything around on its head, and you're going to see things completely differently. And nothing can happen until that happens. Okay? Really important. Important message. Good job. Not easy to do, especially if you're one of us impatient sorts. Anyway, Divansha, I hope that's okay. And we have Natalie here. We have Natalie, will my daughter marry? Okay. How can I ask this question? Obviously, it's a yes/no answer, isn't it? But I want to ask the question in the right way, because the thing is, you see, Natalie, if I say no, that's no good, is it? That's no good to you. Probably no good to your daughter. I want to ask a question that's going to be useful to you and is going to, what is on your daughter's path? What is on your daughter's path regarding marriage? Let's ask that, shall we? Let's just see what comes up. It's an experiment. Let's see. I don't want to fortune tell you this, tell this, Natalie, because it's a yes/no thing. And if we say no, then it's just thoroughly depressing for everyone concerned, isn't it? So let's have a look. What is on Natalie's daughter's path regarding marriage? Okay, so now we do have the Tower. Now that's really interesting, isn't it? This doesn't say, I know you might look at this and say no, but that's not what it means. This means that your daughter has to go through a bit of a metamorphosis if she's going to marry, right? It's not saying she's not going to marry, and it's not saying she can't marry. It's just saying that the way she sees herself right now, the way she's standing in life, the way she sees the world and herself in it is going to have to change to something perhaps more empowered and affirming, whatever this is, right? This isn't supporting a marriage from this position. There needs to be some how can I put this, reevaluation of things. And I think if that happened, then after the Tower, we get to the Star, and then we can take the journey to the world through the Sun, and then we find our end game, we find our happiness, we find our long-term solution. But this has to be got through first. Okay, so when things are really difficult, and the way we see things currently is just not, it's a difficult place to be, but it's okay, because in a way it tells you that from this point, if she can get through that, the next bit actually is the process towards a long-term relationship that would make her happy. All right, so I hope that helps a bit. It was a pretty heavy answer, really. But you see why I don't want to ask yes or no in this question, because this is a yes if. If we looked at that and just asked, will she get married? And we got a, well, not as things stand. No, not right now. Not if things carry on the way they are right now. Probably not. But what it's giving you is the way through to the end result that is actually the happy ending, right? That's what it's telling you. That's why it's more important to ask more investigative questions rather than just yes, no, because they don't tell you anything useful. But that's okay, Natalie. I hope that makes sense in the situation, okay? But it's not a no. It's a yes if, okay? Or a yes when. Let's say yes when. That's much better. Yes when. Okay. Hello, Amanda. I'm so glad you have your new deck, and I'm so glad you love it. It is beautiful, isn't it? It is. Shall I show everyone? Shall I? Look, see, this is what Amanda's got. This is the deck I'm using. And this is the box. Isn't it gorgeous? And this is the book. It's a very... What did you think of the booklet, Amanda? It's very comprehensive, right? It has hints on reading, and it even has hints on every look. It's very good. And here it is. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm very proud of this deck. So I'm very glad Amanda likes it. It's gorgeous to read with. Anybody wants to get one, just shout. Great stuff. Okay. You are buying a house to live in France. What do you need to know? Okay, let's do it. Okay. Interesting. Hold on, Amanda. I just want to make sure I've got this right. I just want to make sure I'm telling you the right thing. Okay. Good. The Ten of Cups is telling you to make sure you focus on what is going to make you happy and comfortable and connected. Focus on that. Now, that's really interesting, isn't it? Because why would you not focus on that, right? Why would you not focus on what makes you feel luscious and at home and warm and snuggly and all the good stuff? So this is what you need to know. This is what you need to focus on. And that's what you need to make your top priority. Okay, this Ten of Cups. Now, Amanda reads tarot, so she knows what the Ten of Cups means. And so you will know that this is a connected, warm, supportive place that feels like home. That's what's most important. Does that make sense to you, Amanda, as to you know, your question? I think that needs to inform your choice. That needs to lead the way in your house search. I've got somebody messaging me here. I think it might be messages for the live. Let me just quickly check. Okay. Yes, it is. Okay, good. All right, I'll get to that. Let me just make sure that I've got everybody on the chat sorted out. I hope that was okay, Amanda. That's quite nice, actually, isn't it? That's quite a nice message to you. I rather like that. Okay, John. Thank you, John. I'm glad you like the design of the deck. It's really nice. Ivanisha, what are the chances me and Aaron will reconcile? We broke up a long time ago. Okay. All right. I will take another card for you, Devansha. Let's ask. Okay. Let's have a look. What is on Devansha's path regarding her and Aaron reconciling and getting back together? Because reconciling doesn't necessarily mean getting back together, and I'm sure that is actually what you mean. What is on Divyansha's path regarding her and Iron getting back together? Well, it doesn't say that it's impossible, Divyansha. The Three of Pentacles is an interesting card in answer to this question, because this tells you that probably at some point you will come back into each other's orbit again. But there's a but here. This is a relationship with a sell-by date. So I need to tell you that I'm not convinced this is like a working relationship. This is a relationship that has a pre-existing contract attached to it, where everybody is playing a part, and Iron's attention will be split. So there will be something he feels he's taking responsibility for, or that is in his life, and you will be alongside that. And that situation is not up for negotiation. And I don't think it's a situation that's going to make you happy. Okay. So I think that's the problem here. So the trouble is that what we think when we want to get back together with somebody is that getting back together will automatically mean that we can be there and be happy and just move on and everything will be fine. I don't think that's the case here. I think that whatever was in place or whatever has happened, there seems to me that probably the relationship is, and the basis of the relationship and what is around the relationship just is too challenging. That's how it looks to me. And you will always be cast in a certain role, in a certain light. And I think that you need to outgrow that and move beyond it. That's how this feels to me. I hope that's okay. It doesn't say no, but I think it does say don't. Just saying. Okay. All right. So what have we got here? We have Flo. Hi, my name's Flo. Okay. My question is, will I get a job offer within the end of July? Feeling very stressed right now. Okay. I get that. All right. So what should Joe prepare for regarding getting a job offer for the end of July? Let's have a look. Okay. So you've got the Two of Wands here. And that's certainly an encouraging card. This tells you this is a bit of a crossroads for you. Okay. And I wonder if this means that you might be offered something in the interim, which is perhaps not entirely what it is you actually want, because there's something you actually want, isn't there, Joe? Flo. It's not I don't think it's just a job. You've got to be really determined to get to what you really, really want. Okay. And be very, very determined to do that. You've got a decision to make. You've got to literally just go and choose your path and march down it and be very determined. So you've got to choose the path that leads to the thing that you actually want and really push. Feeling stressed is not going to help you here, because all feeling stressed does is it makes you pull away from it. it makes you feel nervous. It means that what you're manifesting ahead of you is not a confident picture. This is telling you, you know, pick your road. You're going to have to march down the road and walk down it confidently and just decide you're going to get a job and say, this is what I'm going to get. This is what I want. This is what's going to happen. Make the decision and just do it. Right? Really, really important. So I think there's every chance that you will. It's not giving you a definite answer because it's telling you there's more action you need to take in this. So that's quite interesting. There are choices you need to take and determination that needs to be applied. All right. That card is called Dominion, and it's called Dominion for a reason, because we have the power to choose our path, which is great. It's great for you, Dominion. You have the power. Go for it. I like it. Very empowering. Very nice. I think you can make this happen. Excellent. Thank you, Mandy. All right. What else do we have? Hello, Saren. Hello, Sharon. Saren, is it okay to ask a question? Let's see. Is it okay to ask a question? If so, I've had hideous back pain for 9 weeks. Any idea how I can help heal as I'm struggling? Okay, so Saren, we need to premise all of this with we are not allowed to do health readings. We're not allowed to make any diagnosis. It is really important, if you've had hideous back pain, that you get medical help. Really, really important, okay? What I will do, though, is I will take guidance for you. That's all I can do. I can't tell you how to heal, but I can tell you how to support the healing on the understanding that you speak to the appropriate professionals, right? Really important. So I'm going to take a card. How can you support your healing? Okay, let's have a look. Okay. Oh, well, that's fairly... This is the hospital card. Rest. Do nothing. Lay down. This is rest and peace and calm, and you can support your healing with that. This is the it just takes time to recover. That's all. Just takes time. I think that's fairly straightforward, but please do take advice on this. So my reading seems to say that you can support your healing with rest, calm, and recuperation. And that will certainly support any other medical, medical stuff that you need to do. Great. Okay. Amanda, let me have a look. Oh, let's put that up. Yes, the booklet is great. My mum said it looks classy. Well, it is classy, Amanda, because we are very classy tarot readers and we deserve classy decks. Of course it's classy. Goes with the territory. It is classy. It's lovely. I'm not actually using my actually what I'm using here is my prototype deck. Because I do have a working deck that I read with. I read at a big Bollywood wedding at the weekend, okay, and it was awesome. It was noisy. Oh my God, it was so noisy, but it was really great fun, and the outfits were amazing, absolutely incredible, just fantastic. And so I took my deck. It's a perfect deck, right? for a Bollywood wedding. It's a perfect deck. So I take a new deck, but when I'm myself and I'm reading, I use my prototype. It's like a comfy pair of slippers, guys. That's why. Just a comfy pair of slippers. And then I bring out my best shoes when we go out. Okay. Sharon Ward, will my partner ask me to get engaged? Okay, let's have a look. I like your profile picture, Sharon. You look like something from My Fair Lady or Goodwood, or very glamorous. Okay. All right, what should Sharon expect from her partner with regards? No, I know a better question. I know what. Let's ask, what does Sharon's partner feel about getting married? What does Sharon's partner feel about getting married? Let's look at that. Well, we've got the King of Wands here. So I'm not entirely sure he will at the moment, because the King of Wands is a very gregarious card. It wants to be right out, because we've got the King of Wands here, and he's the rock star, isn't he? And if this is how he feels about it, and it could just mean that there's a lot of energy. It could just mean he's really confident. But the trouble is, the reason why I'm hesitating to say yes is because the King of Wands energy is very focused on him, and it's not a togetherness card. Neither is it a particularly romantic card. It's a card that is all about his energy and how he feels and what makes him feel good. So I think probably at the moment, right now, I'm not sure that that's on the cards, as we say. I wouldn't expect an immediate proposal with this energy going on. I just wouldn't. So I'm not sure that that's something that you should think about. Let me take another card for you, because that's how he's feeling. So that maybe that will change. With that energy in play at the moment, the answer would probably be no. But let's see what happens in the next year, shall we? Okay, right. So what we have is the Two of Pentacles here. And the Two of Pentacles is an unstable energy. So what you've got to be careful of is that he doesn't flip-flop. So I've made it over the course of a year. And when we've asked the question, we've got the Two of Pentacles, which is like, well, sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. It's not stable enough to be reliable. Okay, so even if he says a thing in the moment, he might pull back and go cold on it later. So again, this supports this energy of, I don't think he's ready, is what this is about. I just don't think he's ready. I don't think it's about you. I just think he's just not there yet. Don't think he's in the right place in his life to think about whether or not he wants to get married properly. All right. There we go. I hope that answers your question, sweetie. Amanda, I pulled the same card. Yeah, fantastic. That's amazing. Perfect. Okay. All right, we have Caitlin. I would love a reading if drawn. Thank you very much. Caitlin, shall I just draw you a card? Is that what you want me to do? I'll take a guidance card for you, Caitlin. Let's have a look. Oh, that's really sweet. So we have the Knight of Cups. So, Caitlin, your guidance here is to make sure that you follow your heart, follow your bliss, okay? This is a romantic journey. So the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is on a mission, and it's a romantic mission, and it's heading towards something that the person thinks is going to make them happy, and it's lovely. All right. So make sure you keep in line with that's going to make you absolutely happy. Make sure you keep that front and center and don't get pulled off course by things that don't make you happy. Or I know that sounds ridiculous, but you know, it happens in relationships. Make sure you stay on track for the right guy. Okay. And you can steer, by the way. You don't have to be the bride behind. The bride can steer. You got to steer, Caitlin. Get on the front of that bike and drive that bike, right? Follow your bliss. Go for it. That's very nice. I like that. Whatever your, I mean, it doesn't even have to be a relationship. It might well be. But what it's telling you is that go for your big vision. Go for your dream. Whatever your dream is, go for that. That's the way to go. Now is the time. Good job. I like it. Okay. So what do we have? We have Maria here. I was wondering how many kids you see me having. Well, okay. Well, tarot doesn't really do numbers, Maria. So that's a psychic question, isn't it? So I'll take a card and see what comes up for me, but let's see what happens. All right. Who knows? Okay. Huh. Well, okay, here's a funny question, or a funny answer. What we've got here is we've got the Two of Swords, and the Two of Swords is no decisions have been made around that being able to give you that answer. The answer doesn't exist, because until more decisions are made, until you walk forward, until you take action, or something is chosen, then nothing will happen. There isn't any more energy here. There's no fuel for this, for any more children or any children. So there's fear in this card always, because whoever this is, somebody's not making the next move. So it's going to be really important, if you indeed do want more kids, to just make a decision and do that. But there is a degree of reluctance here to choose. And so the decision, the answer to your question is that it sort of sat in no man's land. It sat in midair. it hasn't been set. I can't give you the answer. There isn't an answer because you haven't made the decisions yet which are going to make that concrete. Okay, and that's not me. And if look at that, I've dropped another card. If you can't see how that's playing out now, I think that you're going to have to make decisions down the line that you're going to be worried about making. But if you want more kids, if you want kids, you're going to have to choose it and make a choice. It's actually quite important. 1 minute, I'm going to duck out of sight. Bear with me. There we go. Okay, interesting question. Interesting. Okay. Lovely. I'm glad, Amanda. I'm glad that card fitted perfectly. Excellent. I'm glad you pulled the same one. Great minds think alike. Okay. Mandy, can you tell me which spirit touched my arm tonight on the bus? Well, I will have a look. Let's see what comes up. Hello, Simon. Very nice to meet you. Okay. Oh. Well, it was a man. And it's somebody who is in authority, who is quite authoritative in, I think it's so I would hesitate to say it was a family member, but whoever it is senses that you on some level need support, and they want to tell you that there's help there for you and that your wish will in some way be granted, and you cannot, don't be tempted to don't be tempted to kind of shut things down. Stay open. I hope that makes some sense to you. That's what he's saying. Don't be tempted to draw a line, to go, right, that's it. Don't be tempted to do that. You'll have to know whether you can take the message or not. But whoever this is, it's a man who has your best interests at heart, absolutely, and wants to tell you that you will get your wish. Stay open to it. Don't take it on yourself. Don't feel bad. He wants to help. That's very nice. That's lovely. It's quite it's quite a strong chap, actually. Quite a strong chap. Standing in quite a fatherly energy. It doesn't necessarily mean it's your father, but it's a very patriarchally energy. It's a very, like, standing there being quite in charge and quite paternal is more what I mean. Paternal. It's quite a paternal energy, and it's nice. It's good. Protective. Very nice. I hope that's okay, Mandy. That's very nice. Whoever's with you, I think he's a good guy. What else do we have? Right, Devansha, I can't answer any more questions for you, darling, because I've done 2 already, and I have quite a lot of people Oh, Seren, that's really sweet. Thank you for pulling it. I'm just going to put this up because that's quite nice. There you go. You have slipped disc, rested his then. Yes. And we were bang on. That's good. I'm glad. You'll recover. You will recover. That's fine. John, loving you for that. You'll adore it. It will be perfect. You will love it. Let's have a look. I may have to just pop across to my pad. Simon Butte. Could you have a copy? Yes, I will. I will pull a card for Simon, and then I must just do one or two from my list because they've been. I do try and prioritize the live feed, but there's a couple in there that I would like to just answer for people if I can. So Simon, I'll draw you a card. I'll draw you an advice card. Okay. So Simon, you've got the King of Swords, which is telling you that there is a central issue in your life right now that you're going to need to make some decisions about, and those decisions cannot be made emotionally. Now, as you can see on this version of the King of Swords, we have the Judge. It's very literal, okay? Evidence. Look at the evidence and make whatever decisions you need to make regarding the evidence. Very important. Don't allow emotions to cloud your judgment. All right, stay on head over heart. Absolutely. Don't second guess it. Just look at the facts. That's what your message is, and that will lead you correctly. That is the correct course of action. You won't go wrong if you're led purely by the facts, not by your emotions. The evidence will tell you everything you need to know. Okay? I hope that makes sense to you, sweetie. I really do. Okay. So what else do we have? I'm just going to see. My goodness. We have the official ambassador of the mulatto race. Hello. Very nice. Very nice. You're very welcome. Okay. Hello, Karen. Hello, Maria. Maria, yes, you can have a question. Just pop it in the chat. I'm going to just ask, there's one or two here which I kind of want to. I've got Claire. And Claire asks me, I keep getting 1111. I keep seeing the number 1111. What is the message? So I just want to answer that. Because that's the thing, isn't it? That is the thing. So this is for Claire. What is the message 1111 trying to say? Oh, very nice. The world. So the world is, go for it. Go for it. Now is the time. The world is it's as good as it gets, isn't it? It's like, this is it. This is it's success. You can be assured of success. Do it. Go for it. Be confident. It's a big old bombastic energy full of fireworks and being on top of the world. It's great. So Claire, that's awesome. So this is alerting you. It's telling you to be confident. It's telling you you're going to be successful. It's telling you to lean into that energy and live it. So isn't that nice? Oh, I felt that was important. I felt I wanted to deliver that message because it just felt like the right thing to do. That's very nice. And we've got another one here. We've got a message from Paul. is Jade telling me the truth? Now, this is an interesting one, isn't it? Is Jade telling me the truth? This is is Jade telling me the truth? Let's ask. Okay. Oh, I was going to type it in the chat, wasn't I? Oh, for goodness sakes. Paul. Sorry, so Paul knows it's for him. Is Jade. There we go. There. All right. So this is for Paul. So it's an interesting question, isn't it? Because obviously, you know, it is, again, we have a yes/no question. And so I think I'm going to reword it. And I think I'm going to ask guidance to Paul around trusting Jade, right? Guidance to Paul around trusting Jade. Ooh. Okay, well, we have the world. And I think what this is telling you, Paul, is that you're just scared. This is fear. I think probably Jade is telling you the truth, really. I think this is telling you you're scared and you're not seeing things clearly and everything looks threatening and you're just fearful. So I would say, if this is guidance for you, when the moon comes up, the guidance is we must always be prepared to go into our fear and to look at what our fear is really about. And if this is guidance for you, it's telling you that fear is playing a part in this. Okay. So I think this is a bit of a deeper question, isn't it? Because we could look at this in two ways. We could say, Paul, it's just fear. You know, there is nothing to fear. Or it could be, why do you fear? What's causing this fear? What's causing this mistrust in you? Right? Or it could be maybe Jade is afraid of telling you the truth. Maybe Jade is afraid. The message from the spirit in answer to your question is you must explore the fear and what the fear is doing in this relationship, because this is causing darkness and discomfort for both of you. Your fear, the fear that Jade will definitely be feeling, and what are you both afraid of? Okay, so I think it's really important to explore all of this. My feeling is probably, if I was going to take a jump, probably she's telling the truth, but there is more to explore for sure, because that's the tip of a much bigger iceberg, I think, to be honest with you. I hope that's helpful, Paul. I hope you will take that guidance as it is meant. Mandy, yes, I know there's a ghost at work. Yeah, well, there might be, yeah. But he seems like a good guy, whoever he is. I would imagine that he was somebody that, was nice. He seemed nice. I got no difficulty of with his energy at all. He's a very nice, paternal, protective person. Very nice. Okay, Karen. Yes, you can, sweetie. Of course you can. Okay, so Karen is going through a challenging time at the moment. Just move this down a bit. There we go. Karen is going through a challenging time at the moment. What is your guidance to her? Okay, good. So we have the Six of Pentacles. And that's telling you the Six of Pentacles is a very important card because it's right in the middle of the run of the Minor Arcana. As Karen, I know you read tarot, so I'm going to talk to you about it in those terms. It's the pivot, it's the bridge, okay? It's the pivot between the bit before where we had the 5 and the 4 and the 3, and that's a difficult journey. And the 6 pivots you into the next section. So it very much is a sort of a balancing act. And this card is very much about what role are you playing in your life and in relationships. Now, this does say you need more, I think, is what this is saying to you right now. You need more. Either you need some help or you need more from somebody. It's like I think you're the dog in the equation, and I think that you're sort of waiting for the next step. And what this is, this is a difficult card because it's important, but it's difficult. So it runs into the 7, which is a work in progress. So this is all what this is about. This is a work in progress, building your long-term future. And this is, while you're in this 6, while you're kind of waiting here and seeing what's on offer and seeing who can help you and seeing what somebody's prepared to give, and maybe it's never quite enough, whatever is going on, it's a bit messy, right? It's a pivot here. It's a bit messy, right? You're going to have to persevere your way through, because from the 6 we get to the 7, and that's telling you that needs more investment. It needs you to do the work here and then kind of see how it pans out. And then it's not easy, darling. It's not easy, but you've got to look at your role in things. You've got to look at what you ask for, whether you're the one that says, whether somebody else is the one that says. It's looking at your power within the pivot. Does any of that make any sense? It's a tricky one, but you do have to look at your personal power and look at what how much you need and what you're going to take with you and all of that stuff. Does that help at all? It is a challenging card. It's a challenging time, and it's a challenging card in this situation. It's always a challenging card because it isn't a card which is going to get you there all on its own. So it's telling you that you probably do need a bit of help, but you need the right help. And that help could enable you a bit, but it isn't going to do it all for you. Remember, on the Rider-Waite version of this card, you've got the merchant standing there with the scales, and he's measuring out how much he's going to give one of 2 beggars on the ground. And so what he's going to do is he's going to give them just enough, but he's not going to give them enough to change the status quo, which is why I say this card isn't going to do the whole thing for you. It's a stepping stone, and it's a way. It's part of a process. You get the card a lot. Well, I'm not surprised, sweetie. It is a work in progress, and it's never a quick one. If you get it a lot, then there is a message here that you need to really dig down into, because when we have a card that keeps on coming up for us, it means that we haven't quite got it. So we're getting the card, but we're not assimilating the energy. Okay. I want to take another guidance card for you because it's important. It's not an easy situation, and the card is not an easy card to navigate through. What is your next steps? Let's ask, what is your next step, Karen, to take you on the right path? What should you do? What is your next step? Okay, and again, I guess this makes a bit of sense. So it's the Ace of Swords, so new thinking. So there's a really interesting message with this card. When I teach swords, this is the Houston, we have a problem card. You know that whole thing, Houston, we got a problem. And the problem isn't the problem. The problem is how you're thinking about the problem. And that's the problem. So the problem is the way you're thinking. And I think this is why this card is so difficult, right? So your thinking needs to change. Your thinking about the problem needs to change. It's a bit like the Hanged Man. We can term the Hanged Man up with the Ace of Swords because it's that change of perspective that enables the process to actually play out. So you need a change of perspective. So whatever is your thinking at the moment, sweetie, that's the problem. And it's absolutely centered on that power dynamic in the Six of Pentacles. And you've got to look at that and you've got to decide, where you stand in that, what you're worth in that, and how that pans out. Oh, that was a lot. Hope that's interesting. Not easy, though. Not easy. Okay, so what have we got here? We've got Marie Amethyst Celentine. It's a very lovely name. I fight a lot with my boyfriend. We do not have an intimate relationship. Okay, so let's take some guidance for you, Maria. Let's see. What is the best way forward for Maria regarding her relationship with her boyfriend? Let's have a look. Interestingly enough, so we've got Page of Wands here. And the Page of Wands is a future curious card. So pages are always, Maria, looking at the future. Okay. And what they're doing is they're looking at the future and they're looking at what's possible for them. Okay. They're looking at, with their confidence and their spirit, they're looking out of their situation and they're looking down the path and they're going, what could be down there? What could I do? And this card says, could I? Could I? And it should be said in this way, could I? Because it's a little bit risky, right? A little bit risky because it's fire energy and it's scary. But the fact is, I think this relationship with your boyfriend needs to be seen more as a friendship, right? This is asking you to look at your future. This is asking you to look at what might be going on with you. And it's interesting. So in the chat, I won't put these all in the chat, sweetie. because you've put a lot of things about your health in here, and what this isn't talking about your health. This has nothing to do with your health. This is to do with how you see yourself and how you see what's possible for you in the path. Because this is asking you to become just a little bit more adventurous. So the question is, you have a relationship that you've already said on the chat, so I am going to share it, that is not intimate and is inherent with fighting. And I would ask you, what kind of future do you think this is going to build for you? And so this is asking you to look down the path and look at what you think is possible. And to look at a positive future, one that fills you with excitement. Take yourself off and have an adventure. Make something happen for yourself. It's really important that you make something happen for yourself that excites you, that takes you into a different version of yourself. Right? This is not about star signs. I don't care if you're a Scorpio and he's a Sagittarius. It doesn't matter. This is about you and your future. Yes, I can see. So I'll just put this in the chat. Yes, I can see you are. This is the problem. This is the problem. And you engaging with the future. And I don't know why, but I want to say you've probably got friends around you which are advising you on this. I think you probably do have. You need to get excited about something that's going to light you up and going to challenge you a bit, Maria. You've got to challenge yourself a bit. That's what this page is. It's learning about what's possible for you and what you can do, and bringing yourself to life, because you're living at half speed, right? There's nothing here that is life affirming. Well, there is here that's life affirming, but there's nothing in the energy on the ground that's life affirming. You can't make any decisions about your boyfriend until you know who you really are and what you really want, because you don't know what's possible for you. So you're stuck in a situation which is not going anywhere because you're not prepared to look and take a manageable risk. You don't have to chuck everything away, but take a manageable risk with yourself. Yeah? Start doing things which excite you, challenge you, and that will give you the information you need. Hope that's okay. There we go. Well, we've got some very interesting readings today. Very interesting. Okay, what else have we got here? Oops. Oh, my cursor has jammed. Oh, there we go. That's better. Okay. Let me see. Perfect. Well, that's my pleasure, Kayla Jane. That's my pleasure. Okay, so I have another one here on my list. I've got Vivian. Am I on the right spiritual path? So let's read this one for Vivian. And I also have one on WhatsApp that let me just type this in the chat. I always forget. Okay, this is for Vivian. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Good. This is for Vivian. Okay, let's have a look. Vivian wants advice about her spiritual path. Interesting. Okay. Now, this is interesting because what we've got here is the Five of Pentacles. So I have a feeling what this is telling Vivian is that this is not about the spiritual path she's on. This is about how she sees herself on the path. Even down to the fact that you've asked the question, my darling. Because this is, I don't feel included. I don't feel good enough. I don't feel that I'm in the room. I don't feel I'm part of it. I don't feel I'm there. I don't feel I'm getting it. I don't feel I'm connected. Okay. And I think what they're telling you is it's not about the path. It's about you letting go of the fear. That's what this is, the fear. And allowing yourself to just be, and just be in it. Don't question, is it right? There's nothing wrong here, Vivian. There's nothing wrong with you, and there's nothing wrong with your path, ostensibly. But I think it's the energy in which you're coming to it. You're coming to it from a place of, am I worthy? Am I good enough for this? Right? And the fact is that you are good enough, but you need to allow, just be there. You don't need to try. You don't need to be worthy. You don't need anything. You just need to be in it for its sake and just absorb it and just allow it to be with you. Just allow it to be with you. And that will start to do its work. But you have to allow it, and you have to relax, and you have to take all of the other thoughts out of the room because they don't belong. Okay? Just allow. And it will start to work with you if you can just sit with it and just allow it to sit with you very gently. Okay? So I hope that helps, darling. I hope that helps. That's nice. I like that. That's a really sweet message. That's very nice. Oh, gosh, that was quite a thing. That was quite a thing. All right. Mandy, the ghost has really got me. It's sweet. It's looking after me. Yes, it is, isn't it? It is really sweet. That's really nice. I like that. Okay, so I've got a message here on WhatsApp. Just let me just make sure I get this right. Okay. This is for Henry. Henry. Will Amanda, whoops, typing, will Amanda ever forgive me? Okay. Okay. All right, let's see if we can help Henry, shall we, guys? Lots of good energy for Henry, right? You know, when we're on these calls and we're all on the call together, you know, we are all part of the energy. We're all holding the space for good, and, you know, for good positive readings, good strong readings, to have a group there all kind of working in the same energy. It makes a difference. Okay, Henry. Will Amanda ever forgive me? So let's see. What is the best that Henry should expect from Amanda regarding forgiveness? Well, we've got the Hierophant here, Henry. And I think that's probably not great news, if I'm honest, because the Hierophant talks about religious thinking, belief systems, culture, and all of those things are non-negotiable. So what you can expect from Amanda is that she believes what she believes, she thinks what she thinks. It's rooted in more than just opinion. It's rooted in the soil of who she is. She believes there's a right way of doing things and there isn't a right way of doing things. And on some level, that has been transgressed. And so possibly the answer is no, possibly no, because this card is immutable. It won't be, it's very fixed. It's very dogmatic. It's a formalization of things. So it's a formalized view of the world. And this is what you can expect from Amanda. So I think probably, Henry, I think you're going to have to make your peace with the fact that Amanda is probably not going to budge based on that. She thinks what she thinks. She believes it. It's not just thinking, and you can't change her mind in that. So I don't think it's possible, sweetie. Going to just have to allow her to be, I'm afraid. Cassia, should I rent my flat out for the summer? All right, let's ask. Okay. Guidance for Cassia around letting her flat out for the summer. Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, Cassia. No need to dig and delve into that one, sweetie. That is a flat out yes, isn't it? Joy, liberation, freedom. Go for it. Yes. Happy. Do you know what? There aren't many yes-no cards in the tarot deck, but the sun is one of them, isn't it? Very nice. The answer is yes. There is no doubt. Do it for sure. All good. Perfect. All right. So let me see. Oh, Devansha, I can't, darling. I've already done 2 for you already, sweetie. I can't. Come back next week and ask me then. I have a whole list of questions on here that I also have to do. I'm going to do 2 more off my list. And if there's somebody in the chat who hasn't already asked me a question, my love, I'm not being mean to you, but just I do have to be fair to everybody, okay? I have got I've got Sally here. Okay. I've got Sally. Well, Jordan and I. Yeah. This is for Sally. Will Jordan and I get back together? Right, Sally, let's have a look. What is the best Sally can expect from Jordan regarding getting back together? Let's have a look. Okay. Ooh. Oh, I quite like that. We have the Ten of Pentacles, which sort of implies that there is the possibility that this actually could work. The Ten of Pentacles is a long-term card, and it's a card of putting down roots, and it's a card of building for the future. So I would say this is probably a yes, and actually it looks okay. Give it some time, Sally. See how things plan out, but certainly this card does not say no. It says it's okay. So, yeah, make sure you stay grounded in what you want and what you want to happen and your happiness. And I think this looks very promising. So I would say there is a good chance that you and Jordan will get back together. So that's very nice. I'm happy for that. Okay, so I have one more on my list here. And yeah. What do I have? I have Chantel. Chantel. Good. Okay, I have a career reading one. Chantel wants to know, when will I find a job in my new career? So that's interesting. Oh, Karen A. Okay, darling, I'll do this next, I promise. Hello, Leo. Okay, Chantel. When will I find a job in my new career? Okay. Well, good. So I asked, what does Chantel need to know about finding a job in her new career in the next 3 months? Okay. And Ace of Pentacles, very good. Very good. So yes, I think, gosh, those last few rings were really straightforward, weren't they? Yes, this is fine. This is good. This is new opportunity. So in the next 3 months, for sure, sweetie, slam dunk. Yes, all good. Everything's moving in the right direction. Oh, I love my job. Everything's moving in the right direction. All good. All good. Just stay on track. Make sure you keep the pressure up. I think that's good. I think that's good, Chantel. You can be confident. Fantastic. Okay, so we've got Leo and we have Karen A. How concerned should I be re Dave's health issue? Okay. Oh gosh, Karen A, not more stress for you. That's not easy, is it? Okay. What does Karen A need to know about Dave's health issue? Well, you've got the Ace of Swords, Karen A. So, somewhat, I think. Because the Ace of Swords says that, yes, I think in this instance, yes, there is a problem. And so it's not saying that this is catastrophic. We haven't got any of the big, difficult, horrible ones, but For sure, I think this does need attention, and it needs thinking about. Absolutely needs addressing is what it needs. It needs taking seriously is what it needs. I don't think it's you know, a big thing right now, but it's the ace. We need to address it now, don't we? We need to think clearly and logically and look at the problem objectively and face it head on. When I say face it head on, I don't want to make it sound alarmist, but nevertheless, there is something here that needs to be addressed. All right, sweetie, just that's what that says to me. Good. All right. Okay, we've got Leo, so this may have to be my last one. Karen A, I know, tell me about it. Okay, fair enough. Okay, Leo. Hold on, where we are. He's undergoing tests. Good. Well, Karen A, I'm glad he's undergoing tests because that's necessary for sure. What are Anselin's feelings towards me? Anselin? I don't know if that's how, forgive me if I've pronounced her name wrong. Let's have a look. So what does Leo need to know about Anselin's feelings towards him? Let's have a look. Well, this is a spicy one. We've got the Queen of Swords, Leo. And what this card tells you, this is quite a funny card, which has caused some ripples in the past, this card. But what it's actually telling you is that that's all right, Mandy. It's lovely to see you on here. Is that she is not engaging her emotions particularly in this situation. She's being quite pragmatic and possibly bordering on a little bit unsympathetic. So she's very focused. It's a very focused card. It's a very strategic card. So it's a card that is not bound in sentiment, as you can see. She's not sympathetic towards this poor chap. And she very much does want to drive the bus, and that may well be okay, but I don't think she is heart-led, darling, and I think you need to probably know that. So whatever her situation is, she's not putting feelings first. In fact, she's not even acknowledging feelings really in the mix. So I don't think this is just about you. I think this is about her and what's right for her and all of that stuff, you see. I wouldn't expect too much from her romantically if I were you, because she is not romantically focused, darling. Right? Okay. Gosh, well, the Queen of Swords is a toughie. She's the tough love queen is what she is. Hold on, let me get my cursor in the right place. Oh. There we are. Okay, I think we may be done. I have done everybody on my list here. I've done everybody on WhatsApp. I have done everybody on the chat, and so I'm going to go off for a glass of tea, I'm sure, and a bit of a lie down. I hope that was good. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Thank you for holding the energy in such a lovely and positive way. It was a really lovely energy on the live tonight. Really enjoyed it. So thank you all for your presence and for being here and for holding this space. This was lovely. Really appreciate it. And I will see you next week. All right. Bye for now. Bye. And I'm always here for a reading if you need one. Okay. Bye.